The 1994 United States Quarter Dollar. History, Design, and Cultural Significance. The 1994 United States Quarter Dollar is a continuation of one of the most recognizable and enduring coins in American history. Though it may appear ordinary at first glance, this coin is deeply rooted in the broader narrative of American identity, economic development, and artistic tradition. To understand the 1994 quarter fully, one must explore its historical origins, design evolution, production process, and its place within both everyday commerce and numismatic study. Origins of the United States quarter. The quarter dollar, valued at 25 cents, was first authorized under the Coinage Act of 1792, which established the United States Mint and formalized the nation's monetary system. The early coinage system was heavily influenced by Spanish currency, particularly the pieces of 8, which were widely used in colonial America. A quarter dollar naturally aligned with this system, representing 1/4 of a dollar. Early quarters featured a variety of designs, including the draped bust, 1796 to 1807, capped bust, 1815 to 1838, and seated liberty, 1838 to 1891. Each design reflected the artistic styles and political sentiments of its era. Over time, the quarter evolved from a coin primarily used in trade to a symbolic artifact representing national ideals. The Washington Quarter Era. The modern quarter design began in 1932 when the United States commemorated the 200th anniversary of the birth of a design competition was held, and sculptor won with his now iconic portrait of Washington. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue, the Washington design proved so popular that it became permanent. From 1932 onward, the Washington quarter replaced previous designs and became the standard circulating quarter in the United States. By 1994, this design had been in continuous use for over 6 decades, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Design of the 1994 quarter. The 1994 quarter features the classic Washington design, which remained largely unchanged from its introduction in 1932 until the state quarters program began in 1999. Obverse. The obverse displays a left-facing profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word Liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," appears to the left of his neck. The year 1994 is inscribed below the portrait. The design is simple, yet dignified, emphasizing the importance of Washington in American history. Reverse. The reverse features a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings. The eagle clutches arrows in its talons, symbolizing readiness to defend the nation, while olive branches beneath represent peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, and below it is quarter dollar. The motto, E pluribus unum, appears above the eagle's head. This reverse design reflects themes of strength, unity, and national pride, values that have remained central to American identity. Composition and specifications. By 1994, the composition of the quarter had already undergone significant change. Prior to 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. However, rising silver prices led the U.S. government to eliminate silver from circulating coinage. The 1994 quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure. Outer layers, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Core, pure copper. This gives the coin a total weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. The edge is reeded, meaning it has small grooves around its circumference, originally designed to prevent the shaving of precious metal from coins. Minting locations. The 1994 quarter was produced at multiple facilities operated by the Milpine. These included Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, primarily proof coins. Each mint played a role in ensuring adequate coin supply for the nation's economy. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced coins for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint focused on high-quality proof coins intended for collectors. Production numbers. Millions of quarters were minted in 1994, reflecting the high demand for this denomination in everyday transactions. Approximate mintages include Philadelphia, over 825 million coins. Denver, over 880 million coins. San Francisco, proof coins only, significantly lower in number. These large production numbers mean that 1994 quarters are still very common today and are frequently encountered in circulation. Economic context of 1994. To understand the 1994 quarter, it is helpful to consider the broader economic environment of the United States at the time. The early 1990s marked a period of recovery following a recession. By 1994, the economy was growing, inflation was relatively stable, and consumer spending was increasing. Coins like the quarter played an essential role in daily commerce. Before the widespread adoption of digital payments, cash transactions were the norm. Quarters, in particular, were heavily used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, and public telephones. Thus, the 1994 quarter was not merely a piece of currency. It was a practical tool embedded in everyday life. Cultural significance. The quarter has long held cultural importance in the United States. It is often associated with small but meaningful transactions, buying a snack, making a phone call, or playing an arcade game. For many Americans, quarters evoke memories of childhood and routine experiences. The Washington quarter also serves as a symbol of national continuity. Its consistent design over decades provided a sense of stability, even as the country underwent significant social and technological changes. By 1994, the quarter had become more than currency. It was a cultural icon. Transition to the state quarters program. Just a few years after 1994, the United States Mint launched one of the most ambitious coin programs in history, the 50 State Quarters Program, 1999 to 2008. This initiative introduced new reverse designs for each state, dramatically increasing public interest in coin collecting. The 1994 quarter represents one of the final years of the classic Washington reverse design before this transformation. As such, it marks the end of an era in American coinage. Collectability and value. While the 1994 quarter is common, it still holds interest for collectors. Its value depends on condition, mint mark, and whether it is a proof coin. Circulated coins, typically worth face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated coins, slightly higher value, especially in pristine condition. Proof coins, more valuable due to their quality and limited production. Collectors often seek coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and strong luster. Error coins, those with minting mistakes, can also be valuable. Numismatic perspective. From a numismatic standpoint, the 1994 quarter is part of a broader study of Washington quarters spanning several decades. Collectors often assemble sets that include coins from each year and mint. The coin is also studied for variations in strike quality, die wear, and minting techniques. Though not rare, it provides insight into modern coin production and the evolution of U.S. currency. Artistic and symbolic interpretation. The design of the 1994 quarter reflects classical artistic principles. Washington's portrait is calm and composed, conveying leadership and dignity. The eagle on the reverse is bold and symmetrical, symbolizing power and unity. These elements are not accidental. They were carefully chosen to represent the ideals of the United States. Even in a small coin, art and symbolism play a significant role. Everyday use and decline of cash. In 1994, cash was still the dominant form of payment. However, the seeds of change were already present. Credit cards, debit cards, and electronic transactions were becoming more common. Over time, the role of physical coins has diminished. Yet, quarters remain in use, particularly in situations where exact change is required. The 1994 quarter stands at a transitional moment between a cash-dominated economy and a digital one. Conclusion. The 1994 United States quarter dollar is more than just a piece of metal worth 25 cents. It is a continuation of a long historical tradition, a reflection of American values, and a snapshot of a particular moment in time. From its origins in the Coinage Act of 1792 to its role in everyday life in the 1990s, the quarter has evolved alongside the nation itself. The Washington design connects generations of Americans, while the coin's widespread use underscores its practical importance. Though common, the 1994 quarter holds enduring significance. It represents stability, tradition, and the everyday functioning of an economy. For collectors, historians, and ordinary citizens alike, it serves as a reminder that even the simplest objects can carry profound meaning. In studying this coin, one gains not only an appreciation for numismatics, but also a deeper understanding of American history and culture. The 1994 quarter, in its quiet and unassuming way, tells a story that spans centuries, a story of a nation, its people, and its enduring ideals.